11 Reasons Why British Citizens Didn't Want Charles to be King. Welcome to the Royal Family Updates. Please do encourage us by subscribing to our channel to stay informed, and at the end of the video comment and hit the notification bell to be the first to be updated about latest informations and vibes. Yes, here are 11 reasons why some British citizens don't want Charles to be king. If some people had their way, another king might have become the new King of England, a king of the people. King Charles III, who ascended to the throne after the death of Queen Elizabeth on September 8, 2022, was the longest reigning heir in British history. But he did not enjoy widespread popularity among British citizens after the private details of his marriage to Diana, Princess of Wales, became public. In fact, polls in the years leading up to the Queen's death found that British citizens were far more favorable to the idea of another member of the royal family tree, Prince William, becoming king instead of Charles. But things have changed, and fast. A YouGov poll conducted shortly after the Queen's death showed confidence in the newly crowned King Charles skyrocketing, with 63% of respondents saying they believe he will do a good job as monarch. That's a whopping 31% increase from the previous survey. Respondents who saw his first speech as king overwhelmingly agreed with him, and 73% felt he had been a good leader since the Queen's death. Only time will tell if public sentiment remains high. But these are the reasons the public hasn't been too keen on the idea of Charles becoming king in the past. 1. They preferred William and Kate, the newly crowned Prince and Princess of Wales, and their 3 children are adored in England. In fact, a 2019 poll by BMG Research found that nearly half of the British public wanted Charles to step down and hand the throne to his eldest son when Queen Elizabeth II. Prince William and Kate Middleton have now been married for more than a decade. The Atlantic calls her a fairy tale with her beautiful family and her distinct lack of scandal. Also, according to the Evening Standard, William and Harry are the most popular royals from the beginning of records, so it makes sense that people would want to see their favorite royal inherit the throne. However, Prince Harry's popularity may have taken a hit since he and Meghan stepped down from their royal duties. Point 2. You still had an affinity with Princess Diana. Princess Diana once said she wanted to be the queen of people's hearts, and it was very true. It's also a big reason why a lot of people didn't like their ex for so long, and to be honest, they still haven't forgiven him for the bad things he did to Diana during their hapless marriage. Charles publicly admitted he had an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles in 1986 while still married to Princess Diana. He also mistreated Princess Diana on several occasions. The public, still protective of Diana, has been unwilling, at least in part, to get over Charles's past offenses. Point 3. Many did not want Camilla to be queen. BMG Research's 2019 poll also revealed that only 20% of people thought Camilla should accept the title of queen, but now Camilla's popularity is at an all-time high at 53%, according to the latest YouGov poll. Camilla now holds the title of Queen Consort, granted with the Queen's blessing before her death, and the general public has warmed to Camilla in recent years. The Guardian reports that Camilla has won the hearts of many by working tirelessly for her charities without much fanfare. Despite being in a relationship that has been scrutinized like no other, she is a private individual and takes steps to protect her privacy whenever possible. Point 4. They didn't want a stubborn king. If you read most best-selling books about the royals, you'll find that biographers don't exactly praise Charles. Even those with a credible connection to him are quick to point out his flaws. For example, Tom Bauer, author of Rebel Prince, describes Charles as short-tempered and indifferent to the times he does harm. Some of his private tirades and tantrums have been made public, further damaging his reputation. This really happened between Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Point 5. You thought he wasn't doing a good job as mentioned, until recently, many British citizens were concerned about how effective Charles would be as king. The role of a reigning monarch is by no means to be taken lightly, and people feared he would not be up to the task. But now that he's king, the mood has changed, and he has a chance to prove those former naysayers wrong. That's really what it's like to work for the royal. 6. A longer reign provides a soothing consistency. King Charles's reign as king will inevitably be much shorter than Queen Elizabeth's time on the throne. While Charles was 3 years old when he became heir to the throne, he is now 73 years old. Queen Elizabeth became queen when she was 25 and died at the age of 96. The fact that Charles will have a much shorter reign worries some people. Why? Big scale change can be scary, while persistence gives people a sense of what to expect. A body language expert analyzes iconic photos of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. 7. They thought Charles was a snob. King Charles does not possess the charm and warmth that Princess Diana had in spades. He seems aloof, and the New Yorker even called him a snob. While it may be unfair to compare Charles to those who weren't brought up to see protocol and proper behavior as such a priority, he didn't always seem keen to engage with ordinary British citizens. Prince William, on the other hand, has taken care of people in a similar way to his mother, and he has a compassionate way with them. That's what many people want to see in a king. 8. Charles demonstrated a disregard for animal welfare. Although King Charles has taken a stand on important environmental issues, such as sustainability and climate change, he has fallen woefully short on animal welfare issues. While Prince Harry chose not to participate in a grouse hunt in 2018, Prince Charles has gone so far as to describe the fox hunt as romantic. Animal rights are a growing issue for British citizens, so he won't win supporters by clinging to these ideas and speaking out loud about them. 9. His good works did not always make headlines. Blame the British press or Charles's self-inflicted scandals over the years, but the more salacious and negative details of his life often get the highest credit. However, as mentioned, Charles has actually done a lot of good for the UK and tried to make a difference. He has spoken openly about the need to protect the environment for most of his adult life and has devoted much of his time to the many charities he has founded. However, these good deeds have been largely ignored or glossed over. In case you're wondering, here's why British tabloids are more extreme than American tabloids. King Charles sees the monarchy differently. While still a prince in 2010, Charles told Vanity Fair that he saw the role of a constitutional monarch in a different way than those who ruled before him. That may not be alarming at all in and of itself, but his vague ideas for changing a very traditional role may startle some people. Perhaps he would have reassured his future subjects if he had been more specific about what he wanted to do differently. 11. They saw him as disloyal. Prince Charles has a history of not being faithful to important people in his life or even himself. He revealed his love for Camilla to marry Diana. He then betrayed Diana to pursue an affair with Camilla. Also, he disagreed with the royal family's wishes regarding the divorce, which he eventually chose. Although it was ultimately the right decision for him, it still left people with bad feelings towards him. Also, loyalty is important to a monarch, so these concerns are understandable on a larger scale. Next, check out the royal family scandals that rock the world. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more great contents like this. Don't miss a story, subscribe now to stay up to date with the best we have to offer you, from captivating human interest stories to trending news, celebrities and more. Watch the next video we have selected for you. We love